"Hello everyone, what's the secret to success?" And I always tell them, it's not talent, it's not money, it's not even timing. Success depends on your habits. If you want to change your life, you must first change your habits, because habits are like the foundation of a building. If the foundation is weak, no matter how beautiful the design is, it will collapse. Let me tell you 5 habits that completely changed my life and can change yours too. Most people are not failing because they lack talent. They're failing because they lack consistency. You want to build a business, write a book, get fit, improve your life, then just show up every single day. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You don't need to have the best resources or the best connections. What you do need is to keep showing up when everyone else gives up. I've seen so many talented people in my life, great ideas, big dreams, but they give up after one rejection, one bad month, one failure. Let me tell you something. The world doesn't reward potential, it rewards persistence. When I started Alibaba, I didn't have money. I didn't have support. I didn't even have a decent office, just a small apartment with a few friends. But we showed up every day, even when no investors were interested, even when people laughed at us, even when we were exhausted and broke. Success is not one big moment. It's a series of small, boring, disciplined decisions. It's about doing the work even when you don't feel like it. Think about it. When you go to the gym once, nothing changes but go 100 days in a row. You see results. Same with business. Same with skills, same with life. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your daily habits. And that starts with one powerful habit. Get up. Show up. Not just when you're motivated, not just when it's easy. Every single day. Because success doesn't respond to how you feel. It responds to how you act. So when others are sleeping in, doubting, quitting, you show up. You build momentum and eventually the world will notice. But by that time, it won't be luck. It will be the result of your habit. One of the biggest mistakes people make after achieving a little success is that they stop learning. They think, now I know enough. I've made it. I don't need to study anymore. That mindset is the beginning of the fall. When I was young, I wasn't rich. I didn't go to the best schools. I failed my university entrance exams twice. Even KFC rejected me. I had one habit that kept me alive. I kept learning. I read books. I listened to people smarter than me. I asked questions like a child who knew nothing. And here's what I discovered. The poor learn because they must. The rich often stop because they think they don't need to. But in this world, the moment you stop learning, you start dying professionally even. Today, no matter how big Alibaba became, I told myself, Jack, learn like you're still broke. Stay hungry. Stay foolish. Because in the world of business, in the world of life, things are changing every day. New technology, new strategies, new problems. If your knowledge is old, your results will be old. Let me tell you something. Money makes people lazy. Comfort kills growth. So, no matter how much you earn, no matter how successful you become, be a student for life. Sit in the front row of your own education. Read books when others scroll. Watch documentaries when others gossip. Ask questions when others pretend they already know. People think learning stops with a diploma. Well, that's just the beginning in reality. So, the ones who never stop learning are the ones who never stop winning. I've met billionaires who read for hours every day. I've met CEOs who take notes like school children. Why? Because growth is not a phase, it's a habit. So, even when life starts giving you comfort, learn like you have nothing. Because the moment you believe you've learned enough, someone hungrier than you is preparing to take your place when you're poor. You count every dollar. You watch where it goes. You budget, prioritize. But what most people never learn is this. Time is more valuable than money. You can lose money and make it back. But once time is gone, it's gone forever. I meet young people who say, Jack, I want to succeed. Then I see them waste hours on things that don't move them forward. Endless scrolling. It's gossiping, complaining, watching TV like it's their job. Let me tell you, your future depends on how you spend your time today. When I started Alibaba, I had no funding, no support, and I had 24 hours just like everyone else. I used them like gold. We worked long hours. It's not because we loved hustle culture, because we understood every minute counts. Rich people don't have more time. They just treat their time like an asset. They guard it. They invest it. They don't waste it on people who drain their energy or activities that don't add value. If you spend your time carelessly, life will pay you the same way carelessly. But if you spend your time wisely, it compounds like interest. 1 hour of focused learning today, 1 hour of working on your goals, 1 hour of building your health or your skills. That's how empires are built. Time is the great equalizer. It doesn't care if you're rich or poor, it's educated or not. You get the same 24 hours as everyone else. The difference is what you do with it. So be ruthless about your time. Protect it. Schedule. Don't waste it trying to please everyone. Don't waste it procrastinating on your dreams. Don't waste it regretting the past. Use your time like it's your last currency, because it is. And if you learn to respect time like it's money, one day you won't have to worry about money again. If you want to see your future, look at the people you spend time with today. Your environment shapes your habits more than your willpower does. You can have the strongest goals, the biggest dreams, but if you surround yourself with lazy people, negative thinkers, and excuse makers, their energy will infect you like a virus. When I was building Alibaba, I didn't hire people because of their degrees or IQ. I looked for people who had good habits, people who were reliable, focused, and disciplined, people who didn't complain when things were hard. Why? Because habits are contagious. It's just like laziness spreads. So does discipline, so does drive, so does hunger. If your best friend wakes up at noon, skips goals, and spends weekends doing nothing productive, what do you think you'll slowly start doing? You may not notice it at first. Little by little, you'll lose your edge. You'll begin to normalize mediocrity. But if you spend time with people who are consistent, who wake up early, who read, who reflect, who chase excellence like it's oxygen, you will level up without even trying. We are not meant to do everything alone. And sometimes the fastest way to grow isn't by learning a new skill. It's by walking away from the wrong crowd. There's a saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But I say this, you're the average of the 5 habits of the people you admire most. So choose wisely. Surround yourself with people who train and no one is watching, who build in silence, who don't talk about success they live in, people who make their bed, keep their word, and take responsibility for their lives. Because when you're surrounded by high standards, you'll start to hold yourself to higher standards. And success becomes not something you chase. It becomes your default behavior. Change your circle, change your energy, change your habits, and then your life will change with them. You always choose what's comfortable. Your life will always be hard. But if you choose what's hard now, your life will become comfortable later. Most people want success, but they're not willing to feel uncomfortable to get it. They avoid pain. They avoid effort, avoid uncertainty. But here's the truth. Everything you want, everything worth having is on the other side of discomfort. When I started Alibaba, I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't ready. I wasn't confident. I had no funding. I had no big background. I had a group of friends in a dream that felt impossible. But we moved forward anyway. Because if we waited until we were comfortable, we would have waited forever. Growth doesn't happen inside comfort zones. Comfort zones are where dreams go to die. You must learn to do what's difficult, not because it feels good, but because it transforms you. Speak up in meetings, even if your voice shakes. Wake up early, even if your body says no. Start the business, even if you're scared. Go to the gym even if you feel weak. Push through rejection even if it stings. Successful people don't avoid discomfort. They seek it out. They make it a habit. They train themselves to be mentally tough, emotionally strong, physically resilient, because they understand pain is temporary, but the reward is long-term. Every time you choose discomfort and purpose, you build a version of yourself that is more disciplined, more focused, more unstoppable. You train your mind to stop looking for ease and start looking for impact. Think of a seed. It has to break before it grows. A muscle. It has to tear before it strengthens your mindset. It has to be stretched beyond comfort before it becomes powerful. So don't fear discomfort. Take cold showers. Do the thing you've been avoiding. Have the hard conversation. Set a scary goal. Show up when it's inconvenient and keep showing up even when nobody claps for you. That's how champions are made. Not in perfect conditions, but in pressure. Not when things feel easy, but when you choose to do the hard thing. Again and again, purpose. Because the more uncomfortable you're willing to be today, the more extraordinary your life becomes tomorrow. Your habits are your daily vote for the person you want to become. If you love this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to get daily motivation video.